Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I am so excited to do. It is going to be a tag video and also a collab video. Alright, today's video is the new makeup releases tag. I'm doing this in collaboration with my friend Angelica Nyqvist. So last year, at the end of 2019, she did this tag video and I thought it was such a fun idea to look back over all the new makeup releases that happened throughout the year and then answer a few questions on them. I thought she came up with some really good questions and I really wanted to do it in December, but December can get to be a crazy month. I just didn't get time to do it, but I put it on my list in December 2019 that in December 2020 I wanted to ask Angie to collaborate with me on this video. Technically I did it in November because I'm a goal achiever like that, but I was so excited when she said yes, that she would like to do this collaboration. So we are going to be flashing back to a bunch of the new makeup releases that happened throughout 2020, and we just have a few questions to answer from them. Now, if you are not familiar yet with Angie, I'm going to have her channel linked down below, of course, and please make sure to check her out. We have been friends in the YouTube space and behind the scenes for such a long time. She's a huge supporter of so many people here on YouTube. I know she has helped me out so much this year with confidence. So grateful to have her friendship and her support, because there will be days where I'm just like not feeling myself, I'm not feeling good, and I can talk to her. She just really makes me feel a certain way, and I'm so grateful. I feel like our friendship is so valuable, and I'm so excited to be doing this collaboration with her. We each do a will I buy it new makeup releases style of video. I post mine every Wednesday and she posts hers every Sunday, and we talk about the new makeup releases that were announced and discuss our thoughts on them. So if you haven't seen those videos yet, we each do them weekly and it is so much fun to be able to do them. I even have my glass of wine here. Cheers, Angie, because a lot of times she enjoys her glass of wine, and it's past 5 o'clock now. It's like 5:08. I thought she had such a great idea coming up with this tag and just kind of looking back over all of these new makeup releases, and I thought it would be so fun for us to do this collab together. So thank you, Angie, for collaborating with me and coming up with such a fun tag. And if you haven't checked out Angie's channel yet, please, of course, make sure that you do. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I did want to say real quickly too that I did film this look. It'll be going up over on my Instagram, which is March Beauty Word. I do post a lot of my tutorials over there, so if you're not following me yet, I hope that you will. I have also started my 12 days of giveaways. That's happening in my Instagram stories every single day, so you definitely don't want to miss those. There is going to be a link to a form to fill out in those stories, and you have a chance to win a big prize box every single day for 12 days on my Instagram, which is March Beauty Word. But I always forget to say in my collab videos, hello, hello, hello. If you're coming from Angie's channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. A lover of makeup over here. I like to chat about makeup. I consider myself more of a chatty makeup channel. I like to talk about new makeup releases. I like to do hauls. I like to review the products. I like to do different tag style of videos. So I hope that you will subscribe if you have not yet. I do also have my 100K giveaway going on now because I recently hit 100,000 subscribers over here, which was such an exciting day. So I have a really special video up, and if you like to flash back and make fun of people for some of their first YouTube videos, you might enjoy that one. But like I said, there's also a giveaway in that one too. It's funny because in the 100K video, I talk about the Will I Buy It series because I do feel like it's been a big part of my channel because I've been doing these videos for so long. And I said in there that these videos were not an overnight sensation. They were not a viral video, and no one else was doing these types of videos for a really long time. It was just me. And I can remember starting to get comments from people like, hey, there's some girl from Sweden that's doing your videos. And I don't know if people thought I was gonna be upset about it, but I was like, what? Score! Like, I was so excited because I had really never had anyone do my video ideas to that point. This was back in 2016, but I thought it was the coolest thing. So of course I had to go find her and see her videos, and then I realized that she had been commenting on my videos, and that's how we formed this friendship. And I just thought it was the coolest thing. I will not forget people telling me there's a girl from Sweden doing your videos, and I was like, oh, score. All right, let's go ahead and hop into the questions. So the first one is, what is a mainstream release that lived up to the hype? So it's definitely really fun to go back. I just was looking through all of my past Will I Buy It videos because I have a playlist of all of them. I feel like the e.l.f. bite-size palettes, these have really impressed me. I did a video ranking all of the palettes that I've tried so far in 2020. I did that in like June or July, And these were really high up there. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it yet, but I am so impressed by these bite-sized palettes, and I wasn't going to get them at first. Like, I was like, yeah, you know, they're $3, that's amazing, and da da da, blah, 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 you know? All right, maybe I've had more than one glass of wine so far. But I was like, you know, e.l.f. eyeshadow, they really haven't impressed me too much in the past. I've actually had like eye reactions to some e.l.f. eyeshadows in the past. So I was like, I don't know, this doesn't really seem like a great idea. And everybody seemed to be hyping these up that finally I was like, fine, I will just go buy them. And I know I bought Cream and Sugar first. I feel like there was maybe one other one I bought with this, and I was like, wait a second, these are amazing. They're only $3. I love mini palettes. Again, if you're new to my channel, I love mini palettes. Typically lean a little bit more to the neutral side, at least a little bit more neutral than I would consider Angie. I've been really enjoying like purples and greens towards the latter part of this year, so you just never really know. You just never know what I'm gonna be up to, but that's kind of my preference, is these smaller palettes, and I was just so impressed with these. So definitely I thought of the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes. And then another one that I had to sneak in here because I feel like I just feel like this was so hyped up and it was done so well, but it was the Colourpop and Raw Beauty Kristi collaboration. I mean, so many people have wanted Raw Beauty Kristi to collaborate with Colourpop for such a long time. So once it was announced that it was happening, it was so exciting. I felt like so many people in the community were so excited for her. And honestly, this one to me definitely lived up to the hype. I thought the eyeshadow palette was absolutely beautiful. Even the Super Shocks, I was such a fan of. I do have a full video on this collection if you'd be interested in checking it out. But I really was so impressed with this, even just from the names to the artwork. I mean, just everything I felt like was put together so well. The actual launch seemed to go so much more smoother than, I mean, I had my fingers crossed really hard for everybody involved, but especially Kristi, that launch was gonna go okay, and I feel like it did, and I definitely think this one lived up to the hype. The next question was, what indie brand release lived up to the hype? Now, I will say that Angie definitely has tried and features indie brands a lot more than I do. It's something that I definitely do want to do more of. I just feel like with my audience and the videos that I put up, a lot of people like to see more mainstream from me. When I dabble in with indie, it just seems like they don't get as many views, but let me know if you'd want to see more of those videos on my channel, because I really do enjoy doing them. But I was looking at all of the different indie releases that I could mention, and then this one popped up and I was like, oh, yes, like that's definitely the one I have to mention. It is the Tiny Marvels palette. That was a collaboration between Sydney Grace and my friend Mel Thompson. Oh my gosh, she did such a good job. I feel like my palette actually looks dirty, and I'm very light-handed. I also have a gigantic eyeshadow palette collection, so a lot of times it's very rare for my palettes to start to look a little bit more dirty, just especially mostly because of the light-handed part. But seriously, like this one, you can tell that this palette has been so loved. Mel did such an amazing job with this one, from the color selection. I mean, Sydney Grace has fabulous quality eyeshadow palettes. If you have not checked out their palettes yet, or just their other makeup products, definitely Sydney Grace is a brand to check out. But again, Mel did such an amazing job. I thought this palette was beautiful. All of the different looks I've done with it are so pretty, and this one got a lot of hype. It sold out really quickly. I was so excited for Mel, and I definitely think it was worth it. Alrighty, moving on. I might need my wine for this next question, but it's, what releases did not live up to the hype? All right, so I generally like to keep it a little bit more positive over here. It just, you know, helps with my own mindset and everything. But, you know, I do, I don't want to shy away if I don't feel like something is up to par or something didn't go well. Like, I can still be honest about that. Even if I have brands that I absolutely love and they come out with a product that just doesn't impress me, then I have to say it. But when I was thinking about what releases didn't live up to the hype, you know, one that popped into my head actually was Patrick Starr's brand One Size, when one of the first initial launches was makeup remover wipes. I was really surprised about that because I just felt like it was, I understand where he was coming from with his first launches and, you know, who he is as a person and in this career. I understood it, but I felt like it was just a little bit off the mark, because I definitely feel like 2020, there has been a lot of different focuses, but one has definitely been on the environment. A lot of brands and a lot of YouTubers, like that, it's something that we talk about, it's being discussed a little bit more. A lot of brands have changed up how they send out PR, how much PR they send out, what the actual packages are looking like. It's kind of an initiative that I've seen like in the industry as a whole. It surprised me a little bit to see that, but I was glad because it seemed like he had some other releases really shortly after that, and you know, an eyeshadow palette and a baking powder and just things that were a little bit more exciting, I felt like. So I thought of that one, and you know, quite honestly, I also thought of Colourpop and their Candyland collection. You know, I felt like that one didn't quite like live up to the bar that I was thinking maybe that it would, if that makes any sort of sense. But I really enjoy Colourpop. They're definitely a favorite brand of mine. I purchase so much from them. I recommend so much from them. I do a lot of videos on their products, and I really like so much from them. And I was so excited when I saw the Candyland collection. The Land Lover in me was excited, and I just thought like, this is gonna be fantastic. And the actual inside of the palette, the quality, it's just, Colourpop can be so hit and miss with their collaborations, that some seem so great and others seem like not quite up to their standard quality that they have, and that's kind of how I felt with that one. And the launch was kind of, you know, all sorts of crazy too, and I don't know, I just feel like that one didn't quite live up to the hype because it was getting a lot of attention. And then, you know, I also wrote down the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill 2 palette that launched. I mean, I feel like a lot of people were talking about it as it was happening and it was about to release, and then I never really heard anything else about it. So I don't know, if you got that eyeshadow palette, let me know. But it was, you know, one of the bigger ones, the 35, and I really like the original Jaclyn Hill palette. It's been a favorite of mine for a long time. I wouldn't say recently anymore I use it as much, but when I first got it and for a while afterwards, I still thought it was so great. But I feel like the second palette didn't quite live up to the hype. I really love that this next question was, what was the biggest curveball? And I was like, what was the biggest curveball of 2020? Let's all say it together. COVID-19. Really saw that coming, or envisioned that this would still be, you know, I'm in the US. I know Angie's in Sweden, but you know, still a lot of countries are definitely dealing with this pandemic right now. So biggest curveball, I'm gonna have to give the award to COVID-19. But you know, some of the things that I wrote down with that how it affected the industry was, you know, things like delayed releases. You know, a lot of brands had products that were supposed to be released and then they were pushing them back because no one really knew what was going on. Then there was some companies that had to shut down completely, Colourpop being one of them, had to shut down completely. I feel like even now, as we just had Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I have really felt like the deals and the sales have been so much more bigger and better this year, and it just, you know, it really makes me wonder about the brands and how much they went through, and you know, kind of what their books look like this year, because I mean, it's been a challenging year on everybody. And so, you know, just to kind of see how everything has changed, how brands would try to shift. You know, brands were coming out with face masks, with hand sanitizer, with hand lotion. Can't blame any brand that was trying to do that, because first of all, those items were hard to find in March and April. It was like, hey brands, can you also be making toilet paper and sending that out? Because that would be pretty amazing, you know? So it was just interesting to see that. And then I also feel like in the second part of the year, we really started to see a shift in like a lot of skincare coming out and just different products like that, that I feel like maybe if they weren't already in the pipeline, maybe they were trying to go through it a little bit faster, or to get out some more of these like self-care type of items, as we've all just been kind of frozen and like wondering what the heck is going on. So to me, I really like it. That's like one of the biggest things that popped into my head, because obviously it had such an impact on 2020. But I also did write down, like, I don't know if I would really consider this a curveball, but I feel like new brands just really had their moment in 2020. Again, I'm not sure if maybe the pandemic had something to do with that. And again, maybe these brands were already, you know, had started to come to fruition, got pushed a little bit far, like a little bit quicker because of everything that was going on. And you know, everyone's had work canceled, right? Everyone has been affected and is trying to readjust. So I definitely feel like there's been a lot of celebrity brands. And then I also wrote down like a kind of like a curveball, but is that the app TikTok really became quite a huge thing in 2020. And, you know, whatever your feelings are on TikTok, that's fine. But we have seen a lot of crossover from TikTok into the beauty community. We've seen the D'Amelio sisters have contracts and collaborations with Morphe and be the face of their Morphe 2 line. We have seen Addison Rae. I don't really quite understand exactly what it is that she's doing with Item Beauty, but a new brand was launched, Item Beauty, and she somehow is a part of that or the face of that or a co-creator of that. So we have started to see collaborations between brands and people who are really well known on TikTok, who don't even have a YouTube channel, who maybe just started on Instagram because they all of a sudden got, you know, 500,000, a million followers on TikTok. So we've been seeing that kind of crossover also. So that's been very interesting to see that happening. So those are just a few of my curveballs. All right, the next question is, what has been the biggest letdown or snooze fest? It's like take a drink every time I get uncomfortable. Angie, why are you doing this to me? Actually, I am kind of warm. I've been sitting under these lights for a while because I actually just finished filming my Will I Buy It video for this week. Definitely check it out if you haven't yet. But one of the biggest, I don't even know if this is like a letdown or a snooze fest, but it was one of those releases that I think a lot of us were like, huh? And that was the Becca No Pigment collection. What was that? What was happening? Becca came out with products that had no pigment in them and it was calling them like a foundation, and it was just like, huh? Like, I feel like, I mean, I used to love Becca so much. I've bought so many products from Becca. I used to have a huge Becca Cosmetics collection, but something has happened along the way. I'm not quite sure what it is, but they're just kind of like falling off the radar. And I felt like that was them like trying to like come back and do something different and unique, which I like that. I like that idea. But it also just felt like they were trying to like dupe us into buying something that wasn't what it was. It was very strange. It was very strange. And then also, I mean, I wrote down, I wrote down the Makeup Geek rebrand. I don't feel like it had as much oomph as I think I was hoping for and so many people were hoping for. I mean, I am a big fan of Marlena. I am a fan of Makeup Geek. I have been purchasing and using the products for such a long time, and when they were getting ready to do the rebrand, I was so excited to see it. I was so excited to see what was coming, and I just felt like it didn't have quite as big of an impact as I was expecting and maybe some others were expecting. And I really I wish it would have. Like, I really wish that it would have, but I have been able to find them in a few of my Targets, which I think is really exciting. But yeah, I'll just be really curious what else is coming forward with the brand, and I'm so excited for Marlena, and she had her little baby recently, which is so great. But yeah, I feel like that one just was a little bit of a letdown. All right, the next question is some favorite collaborations throughout the year of 2020. My list, I had quite a list because I feel like there has been so many exciting collabs in 2020. It's like gonna be impossible to name everybody. I mentioned Mel and Sydney Grace earlier. I mentioned Raw Beauty Kristi and Colourpop. Raw Beauty Kristi also did a collaboration with Pure. That was so exciting. Colourpop also did some collaborations that I thought were really cool with Emily Noel and my friend Amanda, or Makeup Just for Fun, and they were able to come out with their own bundles. I thought that was really awesome. Let's see, Jay Kissa and Elf, that was very cool. Oh, also Sydney Grace, they did a collaboration with Behind the Beauty, the girls who do the Behind the Beauty YouTube here, and I thought that was such a fun thing. I purchased that collaboration. BK Beauty did brush collabs with Britt Clark and also Kate the Great. I thought that was so amazing. What else? Robert Welsh did a brush collection with Sigma Beauty. That was so exciting. Butte Bean, her collaboration with Shroud Cosmetics was like crazy, broke the internet. Smoky Glow did her collaboration at the beginning of the year with Midas Cosmetics. That was so exciting. Gopher Cosmetics once again did their Project Influencer, which I absolutely love seeing this. I think they had 5 different weeks in 2020 where they featured another influencer, and they got to put a little bundle together with Gopher Cosmetics. I was in their Project influencer in 2019, and it was such an amazing experience. They did, one of their project influencers was my friend Leora, and I absolutely loved the little signature palette that she came out with, and I thought that was so exciting. Of course, for my like shameless self-plug in here, I actually did my own collaboration with Ofra Cosmetics, which of course was so exciting. So again, if you're new to my channel, if you're coming from Angie's, I was able to collab with Ofra, who's just one of my favorite brands. We came out with 3 different face products. I do have my highlight on today. Hey. So my highlight is in Start Inspired. All of these products are still available now on the Ofra website, and then also my cheek products, which this is the blush and Chick Lit. You have a matte side and a shimmer side. These are also available at Ulta Beauty. They're available at international retailers also. So if you are international, there are different websites that do sell the Ofra collection also, which is so exciting. And then my bronzer in River, which again, you have a matte side and a shimmer side. I did, you know, I do feel like this was a really exciting collaboration, especially for me in 2020. But I did also want to mention, because actually the day that this video goes live, I have some more exciting news to share. So I came out with a lip duo. This has a liquid lipstick in Story, which Ofra liquid lipsticks are some of like my OGs. They are amazing. But also a lip gloss in Millie, which I'm so proud of this gloss. I fell in love with Ofra glosses when they released them, which I think was in 2019, I want to say. They came out with their glosses and I love the formula. I named Millie after my grandmother, so this gloss is really special to me, and I know a lot of you love it, because a lot of you have been asking to release these as singles, because a lot of you are saying that you have gone through Millie already and you really want to repurchase another one. So again, December 4th, these are now going to be available as singles on the Ofra website. So you can purchase just the liquid lip or just the lip gloss. You still have the option to purchase the duo together, but these are now going to be available as singles. So that's so exciting, and thank you guys so much for, you know, telling Ofra that that was something that you wanted, because, you know, I would see the comments on my end and I would send them to Ofra. Like, I would try to do my best too, and they were saying, you know, like, we see them and we're getting them, and people are commenting that to us too. So that is why we are now able to do this. So I thank you guys so much for your support on this collection, of course, and I'm just really excited that you can now get these as singles. So I also wanted to mention that, because that is happening the day that this video goes up. So again, I'll have all of this linked down below. All right, the next question was actually a little bit tricky for me. I'm gonna be really curious on your comments for this one, but it was, what has been the best holiday release? Now, I believe last year Angie did this video more towards the end of December. We're doing it, I'm technically filming this in November. So maybe there might be some holiday releases that haven't come out yet. I'm not really sure, but I feel like, to me, what has been most exciting for holiday releases have been like skincare sets. I feel like there's been some really good ones coming out, and again, I don't know if maybe that has to do with like the self-care being a pretty big thing right now, and taking care of our skin, and we're wearing masks and people are struggling with maskne, and it's like, what are we doing? So I feel like brands have put together some really good skincare sets right now to be able to try out a handful of their products and see if you'd want to, you know, repurchase anything or get anything in a full size. That, to me, has been what's been pretty exciting. I will say that Sigma Beauty, I feel like they really knock it out of the park with their holiday collections. And I don't know if the video will be up yet, but I do mention their Rose Glow Cheek Duo as a favorite in my November Makeup Monthly, where I review everything that I've been trying. That, I thought that one was so good. Their brush sets that they come out with, they also just released a new eyeshadow palette, a new brush bundle with new brushes. I think Sigma really did so well on their holiday this year. I know a lot of people really have enjoyed the new Huda Beauty Naughty palette. I've seen a lot of reviews come in for that. A lot of people that, well, I mean, I've seen a lot of people that really do like it. I have seen some other people that really don't like it, or at least they just don't like that one shade. I think it's called Slippery. But other than that, they tend to like it. So I haven't tried that one myself, but I feel like maybe I've heard a bit about that one, the new Natasha palette. I don't know, but what have you, like, what has been the standout holiday releases for you? I just kept coming back to skincare and skincare sets, and I was like, well, what else? And I don't know, I feel like maybe something will be releasing soon-ish. That would be exciting. I just don't know what it would be though. Alrighty, and then the last question we have is makeup predictions for 2021. Okay, Angie is great at this. I think she does videos like the last few years. She's done just like makeup predictions for the next year, and she's been like pretty spot on. So I'm gonna be really curious what she says for this question. For me, I was like, I don't know. What I wrote down was I feel like maybe we'll see even more collaborations come out with, you know, smaller influencers, I'll say, but like sometimes I just really don't like saying that because I feel like it kind of diminishes, you know, people and the platforms that we build. And I'm saying like maybe like not just the top 1%. I definitely feel like that's something that we saw more and more in 2020. But I feel like we're gonna get even more of that in 2021. I feel like brands have been able to see that it's not just a numbers game these days. It really is about strength and community and your impact that way. I truly don't feel like you have to have 1 million subscribers anymore to build a loyal community, to be trusted, to be able to get these opportunities. And that was something that I was so happy to see in 2020. And again, I feel like we're gonna get more of that in 2021. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for those, let me tell you. And then also I wrote down more of a focus on self-care. I feel like that's something that we're gonna see once again continue from 2020 into 21. I feel like especially just with the pandemic and kind of a more emphasis on taking care of yourself, not only your body and health, but also your mind. It's been really great to watch over the years more and more people speak up on mental health, and I feel like with COVID-19 and, you know, doing a quarantine and being away from families and losing jobs and just the instability that we've had this entire year, I feel like more and more people have really spoke up about that, and I think it's such an important thing. It's something that I've had as a part of my platform for as long as I can remember, to be just open about it. So there isn't as much of a stigma of saying like, you know, I just went through a really bad bout of depression and you know, had a hard time getting out of bed, and instead of people being like, why are you saying that? You're not supposed to say that. It can start to be something that is normal and okay to talk about. And I've been really impressed with how many people have been really open about that. And I think that's something that we're gonna see more too. Our brands are gonna come out. I think we're gonna keep seeing, once again, from 2020 into 21, I can still see a lot more celebrity brands coming out. Even today, as I was filming my Will I Buy It video, Carmen Electra is coming out with a skincare brand. I mean, I feel like Pharrell's coming out with a skincare brand. Like, I feel like we're gonna see a lot of that. I could definitely also see a lot of influencers doing their own brands. You know, Desi launched her more of a lifestyle brand, and she started with her sunglasses. Jackie Aina with Forever Mood and the candles. Sam Ravindal did just announce that she is doing her own makeup line. I can definitely see a lot of influencers doing their own thing and maybe diversifying out of just social media, just YouTube, just Instagram, and that sort of thing. And I think that will be really cool to see. So those were just a few of my predictions that I had written down for 2021. Again, gonna be really excited to hear what Angie has to say. And if you have any predictions, put it in the comments down below, of course. But other than that, that is it for today's video. The new makeup releases tag. Thank you so much to Angie for collaborating with me on this one. Thank you so much for coming up with a fun idea and letting me doing it with you this year. This was so fun. Cheers to you, girl. I mean, 2020 was supposed to be our year. We had so much planned together, but maybe it will happen in like maybe 21 or maybe 22, but it will happen at some point. Again, please make sure to go check out her video. Leave any of your answers to these questions down below. If you are a creator, I would love to see you do this video. Also, I'll list out all of the questions in my description box, of course. And again, if you're coming from Angie's channel, thank you so much for checking out my video. I hope you will subscribe and stay for a while. Other than that, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.